All right, so I'm live. It is 3:30, early Tuesday morning, 5/21, 2024, and I wanted to come on and do a quick live about the Gilgo, the search of Rex Human's house again. So let me play my intro, and I'll be right back. Hope everybody's well. All right, so like I said, it's 3:36, early Tuesday morning. We're outside again. Um, because anytime the temperature is above 50, we're going to be outside. Yeah. All right, so first I want to start off with a map here um, of Gilgo. So this is just to give people an idea of where we are. This is New York here. This is Long Island here. Here's Gilgo Beach down in here. This is a long stretch here. And this area here, Manorville, is going to become interesting here in the next couple of months, I think, for sure, especially now since the latest information on this case is taking a new spin. This has always been, I've always followed this case here, especially for the last 5 years or so. So let's go. What I want to do is change this map here to, um, actually, we'll do layers here. Uh, Let me stop sharing this really quick and cancel this. Okay, perfect. Um, all right, so let me hide my face because I'm going to smoke. Uh, and I'll share this map here. So we were just at Gilgo Beach here. So this is the people that have been found along this stretch of beaches here. And you'll see the mileage here of where all of the bodies were found, and partial bodies, anyways, were found. So here we have the 1, 2, 3, 4 that are basically in, I don't know, very, very close proximity of each other. These two here, I don't know, this guy here, I think was a little bit different of an MO than some of these other people, but quite a few bodies. You got 1, 4, total of 8 here. So let's go to let me play this here. Hold on a second. So yesterday, they were back out searching his house again in Gilgo, talking about Rex Huerman here. And nobody seems to know why. But for them to get a second search warrant this far into the case, to go back out there and destroy the house again, speaks to me that they have some specific evidence, or at least a tip, or something important, very, very important, to get a second search warrant to go back out to the house again. So let's play this.
On Earth would an Emmy staffer be there? I'm joined now by Dr. Michelle Dupree. She's a retired forensic pathologist and
Hey, buddy, how are you? Good to see Arctic True Fox here. Good to see you, buddy. Just wanted to do a quick live on this news yesterday about them searching Rex Huerman's house again.
Former medical examiner who began her career in law enforcement. So, Dr. Dupree, I couldn't have a better guest. Take me inside your...
I mean, my opinion here is it's got to be related to... hold on a second. Let me share this again. Because they wouldn't be out here just for the hell of it. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. I don't know if you've been following this case with Rex Huerman, but I've been following this case for forever. And finally, some people are going to start getting answers here, I think. So these are the Manorville up in here. And I think they want to connect these 2 here with these 4 here. And I think that's why they're going back to his house, to try to find some more evidence to connect these 2. And I've said all along, I think this guy Rex Huerman could be possibly the most prolific serial killer in New York State history, in my opinion. But we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I know. I know they got him on these 4, and they got some pretty good evidence for the 4 of them. But I would not be surprised if he's responsible for up to 20. That's just my opinion. Because you just can't reiterate the fact enough that New York is, I don't want to say liberal, but they really tug tight on the law. And they've already gone out to this house once to, get evidence and get the search warrant and get everything. So to do it again, it's hard to get a second search warrant for that. So they must have had some serious probable cause to go out there and destroy this house again, because they got tents out there, they got everybody out there. So let's play this. Yeah, I think it's possible that he may be not just responsible for stuff in New York, but other places as well too. So the number could, in my opinion, reach as high as 20. But safely to say, probably a good 8 or 9. But he's everybody's innocent until proven guilty. But this guy here, they've been looking for this guy. I mean, these crimes were just definitely SK-ish. They weren't just random stuff. Because I agree with, I forget his name now, the retired police officer from New York, Joe. Giannicone, I think his name is. That what the hell was I going to say? Um, they already have enough evidence for the ones that they've accused him of. I think they have enough evidence to lock him up for that. So why they're going back out there to research the house, I don't think it has to do with those four. It might, but I don't think so. The other thing too, they could be trying to find evidence that she's involved, but I don't think so. Um, yeah, me too. I think that they had a definite. He may be talking. I doubt it, but they had to have something seriously um, credible for them to go back out there and destroy that house again because you just can't get away with that stuff in New York. That's for sure. You have to have really good probable cause to go back out there again for a judge to sign that. My opinion, it has something to do with. I remember the first time they went out there, there was some suggestion that there might have been like some sort of a doom or some sort of a room down there in the basement that they were trying to find, or it might have to do something with that. Because I don't think they're living there. I think she moved out of there. I don't think she's living there anymore. So uh, these tents. This is serious shit here. These tents, and hopefully they'll give an aerial view of what they've seen them doing there. The medical examiner being there. It's obvious they're looking for something. I don't know, more than just material evidence. He may be talking, but not with. I mean, I doubt. I seriously doubt that. It's possible. Uh, There's the boxes right there. Yeah, that's definitely possible, Arctic Fox. It's definitely possible that she may be talking to. Um, I just think it's really strange that they're out here again. That's just bizarre. Especially since they were searching in Manaville. I think it was a few weeks ago. It wasn't very long ago that they were back out in Manaville searching. So, I mean, I like police don't like to go by coincidences. So, that's a coincidence that just might be associated to this. I'm not sure. All right, let's go to this one here. Um, this is a little bit more lengthy, but I want to get. Here we go. So this is from ABC7. Police continue to search the home of suspected Gilgo Beach SKR tick season tips. What's this?
C7 New York. This is Eyewitness News Extra Time.
Talk about disorder in the court, as if Donald Trump's hush money trial could not get any.
Woman's home. The renewed interest comes as investigators work to solve the deaths of the other 6 Gilgo victims.
Rule testimony expected to resume here tomorrow. In Lower Manhattan, NJ Burkett, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
And we go from chaos in the courtroom in Manhattan to a cloud of mystery over the sudden surge of activity on Long Island by the Gilgo Beach Task Force. Some of the new police activity in Nassau County outside the home of accused mass killer Rex Heuermann. It took more than a decade to arrest someone for 4 of the 10 Gilgo Beach murders, and now suddenly police say they are working on both charged and uncharged crimes. Eyewitness News reporter Darla Miles with more from.
So these are the 4 that he's connected to right this very second. You got Maureen Brainerd Barnes, and I get confused with these 2 myself. Melissa Bartholomew, Megan Waterman, and Amber Costello. These are the 4 here. And I'm going to go back to the map in a second or two. There's also, what's her face? I forget her name. The one on the 911 call, but I don't think she's involved in this. She may be, but these are the 4 that I know that he's being charged with right this very second. So, and I think they have enough evidence for these 4. But you never know.
From the home of Heuermann in Massapequa, where it's been an active.
We were going to breakfast and we saw helicopters and we said, oh, I wonder if that's over Rex's house. Let's go have a look. And we just happened to drive onto the block when all this was happening.
It's happening again. Mobile command stations, white tents,
I mean,
a box truck, and a van.
This is serious. Whenever you see, like, let me go back a second here.
When all this was happening.
It's happening again. Mobile commands.
Whenever you see this much attention, where you have these guys here, it's some serious shit. This is not just a regular. This is serious here.
Stations, white tents, a box truck, and a van. The Gilgo Beach Task Force back at the home of accused serial killer Rex Heuermann, conducting another exhaustive search.
I live in Ireland and I used to live in Long Island, but I happened to just fly in yesterday. Seeing it in real time, I suppose, rather than just watching it on the news from 3,000 miles away.
According to the attorney for Heuermann's wife, Asa Ellerup, their 26-year-old daughter was at home when investigative and forensic teams arrived to execute the search warrant at 7 a.m. Ellerup and their 2 children still live at the modest First Avenue home in Massapequa Park, despite.
Okay, so I didn't know that they were still living there. I thought they were gone. That's my fault.
Despite all of the extensive damage caused during a relentless 12-day search last July.
new information comes in, and as that new information comes in, it becomes necessary to take additional steps.
From News Cop,
I guess you could never have enough evidence. But look at all these freaking boxes here. This is some serious. This is rolling paper here, so this, they're trying to roll paper down on the floor so they don't step on shit. This is some serious stuff here.
Copter 7, cardboard boxes, presumably full of evidence, are seen stacked up to the ceiling of the front porch of Huerman's home. The renewed interest comes as investigators work to solve the deaths of the other 6 Gilgo victims.
So here's, these are the thing. These are the two here. I think this one here too, but definitely these two here. I think they're really honing in on because they got these 4, but it might be something completely different. I don't know.
And a month after the Gilgo Beach Task Force conducted several searches in Manorville, where the bodies of 3 women were discovered in the 1990s. John Bitroff, currently serving 50 years to life, was convicted in 2 of the murders and still a suspect in the 3rd. But the only connection to Gilgo at this point is that the task force is using the same methodology to crack other cold cases.
We knew, but I'm not surprised at all. They'll probably find more.
The initial search of Huerman's home last July lasted 12 days. As to this operation, it's unclear how long it will last. Rex Huerman will be back in court the first week of June. His attorney declined to comment on today's search. In Massapequa Park, Darla Miles, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
And of course, we'll keep you posted. Now to the weather.
All right, so let me get out of that there, and I want to go to this here. It's just interesting. I saw that I wanted to come on yesterday and do a live on this, but I just didn't have enough time. I try to come on when these things come out because they're not. This search is a big thing here.
So, can you just first describe the scene of what you witnessed? I mean, our camera angle's sort of limited, but your eyes were right there. Take me there.
Yeah, we got word early this morning that there was.
This is big. Medical examiner being there, I think.
Something going on here in Massapequa Park, possible new search warrants being served. So it was a surprise to all of us that have been covering this story. I raced out here, and when I came, we've got the police tape. We have command centers set up, these huge, large trucks from both the New York State Police and the Suffolk County Police. And we watched technicians going in and out, people that had crime lab on the back of their jackets, and state police, Suffolk County, Nassau County. And as you mentioned, then we saw a medical examiner's vehicle show up and join the mix. That car did go away pretty quickly. Not sure if they went around. That's what we think happened. But you're right. I mean, this was a total surprise. And we saw these boxes going in. It almost reminded me, Ashley, of somebody loading up like a U-Haul. They pulled up a truck and they were bringing in these flat boxes and they were putting them together with tape, setting up on the tables before and then taking them in and then bringing them out later. We had the white boxes, then we had brown boxes. Some were big, some were small, some were unusual shapes. Then we had bags that were small, like little lunch bags.
Yeah, I mean, all these families have been, suffering for years here, especially with all the corruption and shit down in New York. So I agree with you. This is big for some of these families, and they can't get justice soon enough, in my opinion.
Then we had ones that were this big. So there was a lot of material that was taken out of this house today and from around the back. It seems as though those
I mean, they completely destroyed this home last year with the first search. So, whatever they didn't find in that first search, I think they got clear indication that something they either didn't look for the first time that now they're looking for. Now they pretty much know where it is. That's probably what this is telling me here, because they destroyed that home the first time.
Technicians were also in the backyard for a very long time. We heard that there might be digging. I didn't see any equipment going in, but they were all over this house all day long. Significant amount of material coming out.
So obviously, Laura, the question is why now? Why, after 10 months of that house being lived in by Asa Ellerup, that's Rex Heuermann's wife, and I don't know about the two adult kids, whether they're there all the time or whether they've moved out, but they sure lived there before. Why? What triggered this? What has someone found, or are they literally saying nothing?
They are literally saying nothing. We reached out to the Suffolk County DA. We said, what's going on? He's the only person, Ray Tierney's office, that can tell us. They simply give us the same line that they've been telling us all along. They cannot comment on an ongoing investigation. So Asa Ellerup and her two adult children, as far as we know, do live here. Asa Ellerup and her adult son are in South Carolina.
I just want to say you're doing great work, Arctic. Congratulations on the 13K. You deserve it. I try to share as many of the missing that you post all the time. Just I can't catch all of them. There's so many missing people.
And that was, according to some sources, that was a pre-planned trip. And then the adult daughter is in New York, and she was actually here. And again, search warrants are the element of surprise, right? So nobody knew this was coming. Everybody seems to be very shocked. Everybody that we've talked to who knows the family, who was here on the block.
I don't, like I said, circumstances are, coincidences I don't really go for. I mean, the fact that they were out there in Mandeville a few weeks ago and now all of a sudden they're, my opinion is probably connected, but I've been wrong before.
Who watched it all unfold in the early morning hours, as it does with search warrants. This came as a true surprise. But why now? That's what everybody wants to know. Remember, just last month, there was this massive search in Manorville in the woods. This is an area 40 miles east of Massapequa Park, and it's where remains of two.
I mean, I know for a fact that Manorville, that part of New York, has always been a dumping ground. So I'm pretty sure if they dig enough out there, they'll find a ton of bodies. But this whole coincidence between them searching that 3 or 4 weeks ago and now all of a sudden doing this here is, I feel like it's somewhat connected.
Of the Gilgo victims, not the Gilgo Four, but Valerie Mack and Jessica Taylor, some of their remains were found in that area. The rest of their remains were found in the Gilgo Beach area. So we know that investigators were in those woods for about 10 days. There was word that something had been dug up, like a lockbox, like a little cashier's box almost. We don't know what was in that. That was never confirmed, but reporters did see that coming out. So was it something in Manorville, or was it something that came from all of those electronic devices? Remember, we talked about the last court appearance of Rex Heuermann, and investigators had said then, prosecutors had said that they were going through over 400 electronic devices, 422 to be exact. So what was on those devices?
This guy's a really good lawyer too. I'm pretty sure, he's not at this juncture letting this guy talk if he's talking. So I put that probability that he's talking very low. But you never know. I don't know. It's just strange they're back out destroying this house again. That's all.
Devices. Did they find something? Have they been offloading that information? Did they come across a tip or a clue? Is that it? We just don't know. But those are the two significant things that have happened recently that could.
I wonder if they're going to release the probable cause for the search warrant.
Then have triggered this new request for a search warrant.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation.
All right, let me play one more and I'll get the hell out of here. I just wanted to come on and get this out there because I've been following this case for at least 5 years here, just as long as Delphi. Where the hell am I? Right here. Okay.
And some breaking news on Long Island. That's where investigators are back.
I mean, the Delphi case is just it's like the worst soap opera you could ever follow in your life. It's just pathetic.
back at the home of Gilgo Beach murder suspect Rex Huerman.
Yeah, he's the Suffolk County man charged with killing 4 women. Jody Goldberg is live outside his home in Massapequa Park. Jody, what are we learning today?
Well, Chris and Bianca, talk about deja vu.
And the funny thing is, people are still shocked when things don't happen in the Delphi case, right? Like there was supposed to be a fucking. Oh my God, there was supposed to be a trial. It was supposed to be a pre-trial. There's supposed to be hearings. Nothing is happening. It's so fucking. It's horrible.
We were here back in July, and now months later, we're here as investigators issue another search warrant there inside the home. Now, we're told by Asa Ellerup's attorney, she's in South Carolina with her son.
I shouldn't be laughing about it because it's seriously pathetic. But you know, there's been absolutely no movement in that case whatsoever. Nothing. And if you think there's going to be a trial in October, okay.
Son, Asa Ellerup's attorney, Bob Macedonia, confirmed this to us this morning. He also told us that their daughter is inside the home. She was in there this morning, and she left around 8 o'clock when investigators got here. Take a live look at what's going on. Quite an extent.
Yeah, it definitely could be. It definitely could be that. It could be maybe an associate of his, maybe, or I don't know. It's just weird.
Set up here, a lot of media presence, a lot of neighbors coming out once again to see what's going on. There's a command center.
All I'm saying is, if they go out there a second time and destroy this house again and don't find anything, there's going to be hell to pay. You know, so they must have a specific thing or specific things they're looking for that'll either bolster their case they have now, or you know, something else or some other case that they're working on. But to get a second search warrant to go out and destroy this house again in New York, they better come out of here with something.
Many agencies, including the Gilgo Task Force and state troopers, and why they're back is still unclear. The district attorney's office isn't commenting, citing an ongoing investigation. As you mentioned, Huerman is charged with the murders of 4 Gilgo victims, sex workers found buried along a stretch of Ocean Parkway near Gilgo Beach. Huerman pleaded not guilty.
I mean, I'm going to say it right now. I think the best thing that could happen in the Delphi case, if Richard Allen is not guilty, is for him to fire these attorneys, because they're not going to get anything. So
neighbors we spoke with say they're surprised to see
they have literally pissed this judge off so much that they're not even going to get anything.
Another search.
The first thing that came to mind was my daughter's school, which is right across the street. I ran into the school and asked them, what's going on? And they said, no, it's something with the Rex Huerman house. They're doing another search. I was so paranoid. I was like, oh, my God, this is all over again. It feels like yesterday this happened.
I don't know what to think. We're neighbors.
These neighbors got to be pissed. I mean, this is not easy for neighbors to have all of these police units around. It's, you know, this is a rich part of New York, too. This isn't just, you know, Brooklyn. Whoops.
Their own backyard.
And now Asa Ellerup's attorney made it clear no arrests have been made and there are no allegations arrests will be made. As for Huerman, he's due back in court next month. We reached out to his attorney and haven't heard back. That's the latest here in Massapequa Park, Long Island. Jody Goldberg, let's send it back to you.
All right, Jody, thank you for the update.
All right.
We're back now with a surprising twist in the Gilgo Beach murder investigations. Police arresting Rex Huerman last summer, you may remember, charging him with the deaths of 4 women. But today, authorities executing a new search warrant at his home where his ex-wife and children still live, putting the Long Island neighborhood back in the spotlight. Earlier today, the DA addressing that search.
We speak through indictments, so up and until and if that happens, we'll talk. But as for right now, we're not going to say anything other than it's part of an ongoing investigation.
All right, for more on this search, I'm joined tonight by NBC New York reporter and a friend of Top Story, Ida Siegel, who joins us live from that home, outside the home, I should say. Ida, police have had teams there all day. The DA really didn't tell us what was going on. Do we know anything else?
Well, that's the major question, Tom. Why did investigators return to this house today, especially after spending so much time here last summer? They scoured through the entire house. They even dug up the backyard, and yet they returned here today. And as you heard, the Suffolk County DA.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're doing too much digging this time. So that's another thing telling me there's something in that house.
Comes to light, but exactly what that evidence is, he's not revealing that. We also know that just a month ago, investigators on the Gilgo Beach case went back out to eastern Long Island to 2 separate locations, including Southampton, with cadaver dogs. What they uncovered there, and if it has any connection to the decision to return here.
Oh, I didn't know that. They were out to Southampton too.
Also unknown, but we do know that 60-year-old Rex Hewerman has been charged with the deaths of 4 women. There were an additional 6 women discovered in the Gilgo Beach area, and the district attorney has said that he is committed to finding out what happened to them as well. So it's anyone's guess why they are back here, but certainly there's a lot more investigating that needs to happen, Tom.
Yeah, it's strange because it's not a very large house or property, and they've already turned it upside down when they were there, months ago, but we'll have to wait and see if they find anything new. Has the family said anything at all about the new search?
It could be too that once they got in and out of there, 10 months is a very long time. So he might have had her bring something back to the house. And that's why they're searching for it again. Maybe she did cave. Who knows?
About this new search, they have not. Through an attorney, they confirmed that Hewerman's ex-wife and his son are out of state. The adult daughter was home when police showed up. She is now at a different location as investigators continue their search. We know that in the past, the ex-wife has previously said that she's going to give her former husband the benefit of the doubt.
Hey, Karen, how are you? Good to see you. I'm just going over this research of the Rex Hewerman house. Good to see you, Karen.
She believes that he's not capable of committing the crimes he's accused of. And a lot of folks in the neighborhood have questioned how he possibly could have committed these murders without his family knowing. And the district attorney has said that the family in many of these cases was actually out of the country.
All I know is they better find something because, this very rarely happens where you have one search warrant where they're there for like 10 days. I think they're there for longer than that. It might have been 10 days. And they literally destroyed the house. They turned the house upside down. They were digging in the backyard. And then 10 months later, they're back here again. So it's just telling me that there's definitely some serious shit going on here in this house.
When the murders were committed. Tom?
Ida Siegel for us from Long Island tonight. Ida, always great to have you on the show. We appreciate your reporting.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated.
Oops, I don't want that. All right, so what was the name? I keep forgetting her name of the 911 call. Let's play this one here. Hold on a second. All right, let's play this one here. Lester Holt is everywhere. Let's go to here. This one here.
Front of the house. What did you see? What do you think it means?
Well, this was a total surprise to most of us covering this case, hearing about the search warrant. Once we got out here to Massapequa Park today, it was just swarmed just like it was last summer in July when we saw the task force coming here with the command center set up. So we've got 2 very large vehicles behind me that are still here tonight. That means that they're going to be here again tomorrow. Will it be as long as we...
Like I said, in my opinion, this guy here, at the end of the day, he's going to be probably responsible for a lot more than 4. That's just my humble opinion. I'm closer to 20 with this guy.
Saw last year that was a 2-week search of this house. And as Robert will tell you, and we've reported here, it went on for a long time. They took so much out last year. What more could they be looking?
Yeah, I've been following Karen Reed too. That's the case too that never ends. You think she's guilty? You think she's innocent? I don't know.
For. We want to bring up that there was a recent search in Manorville. That's about 40 miles east from where we're standing. That is where 2 of the Long Island serial killer victims, parts of
You're jogging? How can you be jogging and listening at the same time?
their bodies were found. That is an area that was heavily searched just last month. So could it have something to do with evidence that was found there? Or when we went to court last time with Rex Heuermann, it was brought up that they were going through 422 electronic devices. They were downloading that content. Was it a tip from that? So those are the 2 things that have been talked about here. But man, oh man, we're talking about, you talked about the boxes. There were white ones, there were brown ones, there were large bags, small bags. And they have been seeing the investigators going in and out of the front of the house and around the back. And they've been coming out of the back with boxes.
That guy, Joe Giacalone, is that his name? Joe, he's a YouTube creator. He's also a former law enforcement officer down there in New York. He's been all over this case for a while, long time. Great guy.
As well. This is a major and significant search that is underway right now. New York State troopers are behind me. They're going to hold the line for tonight, and they'll be back in the morning, Chris.
We also know that they were taking apart some plumbing. Now, you know, we definitely know what that's about. That's about looking for genetic material. That's why. There's 2 reasons that investigators do that. One is they think somebody threw something down the drain, like a ring or a piece of jewelry. The second is they're looking for genetic material. Counsel, first of all, does this search have anything to do with potential exposure for your client, Rex Heuermann's erstwhile wife?
I do not believe so, Chris. The DA has been very steadfast from his bail application that Mrs. Ellerup also has been out of the jurisdiction on each occasion that alleged homicide has happened. And he's been consistent about that, that her and the children were traveling at the time of it.
I would have think they would have taken the plumbing the first time. You know, the elbow pipes and stuff like that. So I don't know if that's accurate.
Alleged homicide for each of the 4 victims that have been in charge so far.
How could they need to do such an extensive search this late in the investigation if it's about the charges that we already understand?
We all know that the grand jury is still seated. I'm not sure what probable cause they obtained to get the judge to sign off on an additional warrant. They spent 13 days at that house, removed every single item.
That's what I thought. They were there a while, at least 2 weeks. And I agree with this guy here. They must be searching for something specific in here. They're not going there for plumbing. That's just my opinion.
From the basement to the attic, and then I was back in that house after they first were allowed to re-enter. It was floor to ceiling high. I can't imagine what they missed or what they're saying they missed or what probable cause they have. We have not received a copy of the warrant. Looking forward to seeing the warrant as well as the affidavit attached there too. So it's going to be extremely interesting to see. They even dug up the backyard.
If anybody can get a copy of that warrant, that'd be great.
Chris, so I'm not sure what they're actually looking for. I understand the ME's there. The ME's there. My understanding is the ME's office also handles the trace evidence as well as any kind of forensic evidence that'll be obtained, not necessarily having to do with a body or body parts.
That is absolutely true. I checked that today with my own sources about whether they were there looking for a body. I was told no. All right, let's do this. Macedonio, if you find out anything about...
Yeah, I don't think he kept people there.
What led him there? Dinner on me. If you give me a look.
As soon as I find out, you'll be the first to know.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to news.
All right, well, I'm going to get out of here. I just want to come on and give a quick update on that. I'll keep following this. Obviously, it's I've been following this case for a long time, so it's important for me to keep up on this here. So thank you, Arctic Fox, for coming in. Thank you, Karen Lee, for coming in. I'm going to get out of here. I might do another live tomorrow morning if anything else happens. I'd like to get a copy of that probable cause affidavit for the second search warrant for this house. All right, so there's more going on in the Micah Miller case too, but I won't go with that right now. I'm going to get out of here. It's almost 4:30. So, all right, so I'll see you guys later. Everybody stay safe, and thank you very much for coming in. Have a great day.
Mm.